Yo, 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 what is going on, IK Familia? It is your boy, BN, Mr. Kingdom Builder. We are back again, finally, rounding out our Wind Element Most Used Talk Skills series with Saladin. As always, man, make sure you guys sub to the channel, give us a like, and of course, hit that notification bell to get updates when we have new content coming out. This is going to be a shorty and probably a nice quickie in the best sense. And so with the Most Used Talk Skill series, Saladin seemed to be once again a little bit lighter on pools. As you know, covering Wind thus far, there have not been many Wind players amongst the top or the first 60 servers, so data is pretty difficult to pull on some of them. Saladin probably just being the one that has the lowest amount of players with 17. Keep in mind, this is also only being gathered from players that have 160k troop power march or higher. Because of the threshold that we have been using since we started the series with water, we noticed that at that troop power minimum, players are more likely to already be in their endgame ToK support skills. So it makes for the data we pull more accurate and more beneficial for people that watch these series when it comes to which skills you may choose to run on your Immortal. So here we go. With that being said, here we go for Saladin. Keep in mind, 17 players we pulled from as high as S47, with two servers being S7 and S10 that are running multiple players with Saladin, and S10 double the amount that S7 has. Now let's get into the top 3 most used talk skills for Saladin, starting with number 3. This is Cleave, being used a total of 5 times. Number 2 that we're looking at is going to be Anger, being used a total of 6 times out of the players that we pulled from. And then finally, the number 1 most used talk skill from Saladin is going to be Fighting Will at 11 times, almost double and over half from the players that we pulled from. Now, as we do in amazing fashion, let's go ahead and transition over to Saladin so we can show you him and his stats along with skill, and then we'll go over the top 3 most used talk skills used on him, and I'll give you my opinion and feedback. So with Saladin, Falcon Rate is his skill, inflicts physical damage. Damage rate is 45% per hit, 3 times to all targets. So he's going to inflict up 40% up to 150 damage rate percentage of physical damage per hit, 3 times to all targets. That is a lot. Based on how I'm reading this, I'm getting the inclination that it inflicts physical damage 3 times to all targets. So it's all targets that he's inflicting physical damage on, and the damage rate is 45 to 150% per hit that it does 3 times to all targets. So I guess that means you can get upwards of 450% if I'm reading that right. So it kind of almost reads like an AoE. I guess maybe they're just doing the parentheses on hit based on when the damage is dealt to everyone. But if someone else is reading that differently than me, let me know. Again, I haven't really seen kind of the slash hit thing here in a specific skill, but at least based on how I'm reading it and how I'm assuming it interacts, that is my best guess. It's okay. Now, let's dive in and look at his stats. Being more on the strength side, again, you can see 32 to 26, meaning that physical attack is definitely going to be stronger than magical attack, but magical defense could be close to could be close to physical defense, possibly. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay, then let's finally move over to ToK, and we're going to talk about the 3 skills, starting with Cleave being number 3. So Cleave, every normal attack has a 75% chance of causing extra physical damage to nearby enemy units. Again, Saladin physical based. This just makes sense. You're adding more physical damage onto the normal attack. I don't even know if Saladin is recommended on there as well. He's not, but again, it does play at least into the skill set and to his more physical based stats. Next, let's look at Anger. So Anger, gosh, I have to remember, it's going to be the Fist. Why do I feel like... Yeah, no, that's Coercion. I feel like I went too high. Let me find the Fist. Here we go. No, it's Adrenaline Rush. I got tricked. Here we go. It's the Upward Fist. Anger. Increases your physical damage by 9% up to 30% in battle. Again, pretty standard, right? Saladin being physical based. Anger makes sense to run in this regard. Fighting Will is going to be the last one, and this is every 20% drop in the number of soldiers will deal physical damage, right? So again, we like this on Immortals that have a little bit more, maybe higher defense stats, so they can sustain a little bit more, and then allow for this to proc, and maybe arguably reproc if that's been tested. But again, Saladin being frontline, it makes sense why you might not have a lot of options as far as to run it. Fighting Will is still, in my opinion, I think a good universal skill. So if you choose to run it on Saladin or another one of your frontline units, then again, I do like the skill for what it provides. And that pretty much is going to round it out here. This is definitely a shorty and probably one of our shorter ones here for our most used ToK skills series. And again, this is Saladin. Let me know what you guys think. Again, have you ran Saladin? Do you know someone that runs Saladin? I know this is really kind of a more finite group that is running this specific Immortal, but let me know what you think, even if it's just your thoughts on how you might theory craft Saladin, working him into a wind element comp. I would love to hear that and anything else you guys thought and are thinking about the video coverage here for this Immortal. That is it for me. As always, I'm signing off. Until next time, we will catch you all later.